So I like to challenge myself. So give me a normie job. Give me a normal job. Name a normie job.
Making coffee.
Making coffee. Boom. You're a barista. You're a barista. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get rich as a barista because I can think that fast off the top of my head. The problem with most people in the world today is not that they do a normal thing, it's that they do a normal thing and they don't try to be the best at it. So you can be a barista and you can just make coffees, or you can be a barista that makes the fancy coffees and can turn over all the cups and do like the tricks and all the garbage. We have a man who became a billionaire from salt.
Yes.
From salt. You can all put salt on, he did it the best. Bam. So the first thing you need to do is get very good at making coffees. That's the first thing you need to do. Be able to do it in a fancy way. Then you need to solicit attention. Well, if you can make coffees in a fancy way, you can hire a videographer, you can then begin to make fancy coffees in a fancy way, and you can make it look good with a finalized product, and you can get a nice video made that's well cut with some fancy music. You can begin to put them on Instagram and solicit people to watch your Instagram page. Now you have attention. How do you then turn that attention into money after you began to show your fancy coffees? Well, you could, let's say, put together a course or an academy or write a book on the magic of coffee or the secrets of coffee. And you would put a mystery on it. Don't say, I'll teach you how to make coffee. No, say the secrets of coffee. And you'd have a link in your Instagram page, and it would be $9, and it would tell people the secrets how to make coffee, for example. You'd start to sell that for $9. You'd make a couple hundred or a couple thousand, not too much, but you continue to make fancy coffees. People continue to go to your Instagram page and now sell the secrets of how to make coffee. Then, after people start knowing you as being a barista, you start to make these $9, you have $20,000, $30,000 in the bank. What you can do is launch your own coffee brand. You can go to Alibaba.com, you can find some coffee beans, you can put your face on it because your face is now a recognized brand. You can get your own coffee beans, you can begin to sell them on Instagram. Before you know it, you're making $10,000 or $15,000 a month. You can start to do tours. You can start to put posters on your Instagram or in your Instagram stories saying, I'm going to do master classes on how to make coffee, 20 people only, $1,000 each at this premium barista specialty coffee shop in London. The coffee shop will allow you to do it for free because they want people to know, get the advertising from you and your brand. You'll charge $1,000 each. That's 20 grand for a day to teach people how to pour milk in a cup. Boom. You've got a coffee brand, you've got an online school, you're doing seminars, you were a nobody, you worked in Starbucks, you were a loser, you put in a little bit of effort, now you drive a Ferrari. Done. By extension, anyone who does not drive a Ferrari is a lazy idiot. It is that easy to get rich in the world today if you actually try. Nobody tries. Instead, he'll go to work every day, make the coffees, go home, off. Some people are so lazy that they will work every day instead of get rich. And they think because they're working every day that they're not lazy. I'll argue you're exceptionally lazy because you're so lazy that instead of trying and thinking outside of the box, you now have to enslave yourself for eternity. That's how lazy you are. Nothing lazier than a man with a 9 to 5 because he ain't trying. The hole in the ceiling is closing. This won't work forever, but it will work. Everything I just told you about that could work for an electrician. You could do the same thing. Teach people how to wire a plug. Who gives a shit? You'll make some money if you try. My online school teaches 18 modern wealth creation methods. Everything I just told you there is not actually inside the school. We have 18 other modern wealth creation methods. When you join, there's a quiz and it says, do you have money to invest? Most people say no. Do you have time? You either have money or time. You have one of the two. We'll turn your time into money or we'll turn your money into money. And you can join. $49 a month will teach you absolutely everything. We have hundreds of thousands of students, but there's hundreds of thousands of people who don't join, and they're just destined to lose. So you ask, how can people make money? Well, let's go deeper down the rabbit hole. Let's imagine every barista who watches this now tries my idea. The winner is going to be one, the person who makes the most beautiful coffee, the person who makes the most beautiful videos, the person who works the longest, who tries the hardest, who makes the most videos, who makes his $9 Secrets of Coffee book that he sells on Amazon the best book, who gives the most value in his masterclass, who gets the best coffee beans for his coffee brand. And then it comes down to hard work. People say work smart, not hard. Disagree. Work smart and hard, because lots of people are working smart. If you have 5 people working smart and the one who works hardest, he's going to win. I work smart and hard.
Work hard on the right thing.
Absolutely. So there's no avoiding the hard work. This idea that you can work smart and not hard, I don't buy that. I believe you're going to have to work hard, but you have to work on the right thing and work smart first. If you don't work smart, you're not on the starting line. So working smart puts you on the starting line. Then you got to work hard to win the race.
Because there's a load of broke people working really hard, isn't it?
Absolutely, but they're not working smart. You need both. So then for all the baristas who have watched this, who've decided to take that idea, which I've given you for free, you're welcome. The one of you that works hardest is going to be the one that makes the money. And then perhaps if you make a bunch of money, you can join the war room and then you can come and speak to one of us in person. And I'll say, how did you get rich? And you say, I watched your interview with Rob Moore and I stopped working at Starbucks and da-da-da-da. I'll say, you're welcome, you owe me a car. Ferrari, please. 34.
Are you going to launch your own crypto?
No, I'm never going to launch a crypto. I just like to f with crypto Twitter. Because crypto Twitter are full of the biggest degenerate losers on the planet. They're losers. Crypto is the only scenario I can think of where you can make a whole bunch of money while benefiting society zero. Even if you do something bad in a normal company, let's say you have a company and you get blood diamonds from Earth, that's bad. But you do something good. You know, you manage to make a woman happy with an engagement ring. You manage to make a security contractor happy by paying him a bunch of money to point the AKs at the children. You do something good for someone. Crypto's unique, where somebody can take $100 and make $1 million and benefit society 0%. They never help anyone at any point. And they never learn any lessons along the way. If you make money the way you've made money or I've made money, you learn how to speak, you learn how to deal with stress, you learn how to manage people, you learn banking, you learn taxes, you learn things. If you make a bunch of money on a crypto pump, you have learned nothing. You've learned nothing and benefited nobody. It is the lazy person's dream to buy a shit coin, it blow up, then be rich with no work, no net benefit to the universe. And because the world is cyclical, because there's no light without dark, because God is just, these people always end up going broke because they never learn any skills. If I lost everything today, I know how to make it all back. Better and faster than before because of the lessons I learned making it the first time. These people know nothing. All they know is to gamble. So they gamble again, lose more. Borrow money, gamble again, lose more. Crypto Twitter is full of degenerate losers, and I love to play games with them because they would love for me to launch a coin because they make a bunch of money. But the problem is, some people would make a bunch of money and a bunch of others would lose money. There's no such thing as free money. For everyone who wins, someone else must lose. If you buy a coin for $1 and sell it for $10, someone bought it at $10. If it then goes down, the person who bought it at $10 loses money. I do not want any of my fans to ever lose money in my name, ever, because I don't need money, so I refuse to sell out my fans for money. I am not Logan Paul. I will not do that. So, for that reason, I will never launch a crypto. Sometimes I say I'm going to launch a crypto, and I watch crypto's Twitter go into a degenerate jerk-off and have a mental breakdown about how much money they can scam from others because they're lazy. These are lazy, idiot people, and they hide behind their little cartoon display pictures, and they just want to just scam money. They don't want to do any real work. And I just like to prod them because, you know, it's funny. None of them have my life, none of them have my money, none of them ever will. And the great thing about it is, imagine one of these crypto losers became a billionaire. Say he bought a coin, everything went well, he became a billionaire. Great. We have the same amount of money now. Cool. I can still rip his throat out. And he's still a dork. And he still can't speak like I can speak. And he still can't go through the things I've been through. And he still can't get women the way I can. He still can't be respected when he walks down the street the way I am. He's still a nobody. Money won't save you. Money amplifies. If you're a nerd and you get rich, you become a mega nerd. If you're a G and you become rich, you become top G. A car is the simplest proof. If you see a tech dork pull up in a Lambo and gets out, skinny little dork, you're like, oh, super nerd. The Lambo makes him a bigger nerd. You see me get out at 3 in the morning, you're scared. You think I'm a drug dealer or a mob boss. It amplifies. Money will not change who you are, it'll amplify who you are, which means these crypto losers, the worst thing that could happen to them is that they actually get rich because then they become mega losers. You need the struggle to become a man. Only the pain will give you wisdom. You only want a crypto pump because you're scared of pain and you're scared of trouble and struggle. That's why you want a crypto pump in the first place. So when I talk about crypto, I'm just poking the autists. I'm just poking the idiots. You know me. I'm just having fun with them. and I'll be honest, I made a bunch of money on crypto. I made a bunch of, it's not who I am. It's not my personality. I find that amazing. Anyone who's been following me for a very long time has seen some of my OG tweets. I was in Pancake at like 40 cents and that went up to $50 or something. I made, I don't know, $60, $70 million of crypto. But imagine that becoming your personality. What kind of loser are you to make some money from internet digital money and then make it your profile picture and change your display name? I'm Andrew Tate. I'm a kickboxing world champion. I'm Andrew Tate. That's who I am as a man. Imagine I became Bitcoin.eth. Putting up a Bitcoin symbol. I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. That's you? That's your personality? That's everything you are? I look at these crypto influencers, man. There's some of them on YouTube. During the bull run, they were big, like crypto influencers. And then Bitcoin, there's one guy who yells all the time. I don't know where he's from. Bitcoin. Bro, dude, you are never, ever, ever going to have a woman who loves you. Ever. Not truly. Not deep in her heart. Not ready to die for you. Not ready to shoot at the cops while you escape. You won't. I will, because I'm me. All you talk about is the blockchain. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You made a bit of money. Great. Fine. Why is it your personality? Get a in life. Crypto Twitter is full of losers. Such losers. I would argue we could line up 10,000 of them here on the street. And I would face them all in Mortal Kombat one by one. And I guarantee, I might be a little bit out of breath, when the 10,000th man falls in a lifeless pile on the floor, you will understand why I prod crypto Twitter. They're nobodies.
Probably with a cigar in your mouth, I would assume.
Power up first. Fuck them nerds and fuck the crypto influencers. They're the biggest nerds of all. Biggest nerds. I wish I knew their names. There's one guy who's always screaming. I did a video about NFTs as well. That was hilarious. There are people who spent $5 million on a JPEG, bro. On a JPEG. People were trying to get me to invest in NFTs. And I said, no, I'm morally against. So you'll make money. I don't want to make money that way. I want to make money with hardship and struggle. I'm going to run my university. I'm going to have morning meetings with my professors. I'm going to hold them accountable for teaching the students how to make millions of dollars. I'm going to have the war room. We're going to do events. It's going to be hard. I'm going to manage everyone. And we're going to put together this huge network of people who are genuinely benefiting. I do not want to make money from buying a JPEG for $1 and selling it for $2. I don't give a shit about that. I refuse. People were saying to me, no, but you don't understand. It's not just a JPEG, bro. It's on the blockchain, bro. And you can see on Etherscan who owns it. You are never going to be loved by a woman. Ever, ever. Never will she look at you with desire. She'll look at you and go, I guess I kind of have to. It's been a few months. He does pay the rent. That's the best you can hope for with your internet coins. And this is from someone who's made money with crypto. I have never sat. You know what I find amazing about crypto? When I was making millions and millions of dollars with crypto, I never sat there and tried to convince anyone else. Crypto guys can't help this. I'd sit down at a table. Let's say Bitcoin had just pumped and I made $20 million. So I go, what do you think about Bitcoin? I go, buy it if you want. That's it. You ask a crypto guy about Bitcoin. Now I'm talking to someone with over 1,000 Bitcoin. If someone asks me about Bitcoin now, I have over 1,000. Someone says, what do you think about Bitcoin? I say, you can buy it if you want. It's an investment. That's the end. Ask someone with 1.4 Bitcoin about Bitcoin. Oh, whoa! The money's a scam because of the blockchain. Nakamoto, Satoshi. Shut the fuck up. You're broke. You're broke. You're broke. Nobody cares. Buy new shoes. Your shoes are all dirty. Tie your shoelaces. These losers have so much to say and no money. I don't understand. Why are you trying to convince someone else to buy Bitcoin? You have no money. Go get a job. Get a job. I think, I don't know. I'm someone with loads of crypto and someone goes, what do you think about crypto? I said, do what you want. Because if I tell them to buy and it goes up, they won't give me any money. And if it goes down, they'll cry their eyes out. So why am I even talking to this person? Nothing to do with you. Do what you want. Make your own decisions. You're a full-grown man. Whenever I see a brokey, where was I? I was in, I think it was Miami. And they had one of these Bitcoin conventions or something, crypto things. And I was in my blacked out Escalade with my private security with their guns, of course. And I knew what was going on. I was like, just pull up outside. We're driving around Miami. We pull up outside. I just sat there for like 5 minutes watching the people going in. Imagine this. Imagine you're watching this right now and you're a Bitcoin dork and you went to an event in Miami about 1.5 years ago. You might have only been a few meters away from Top G. I might have been watching you. You were walking in and out and I was sitting in that black Escalade looking out the tinted window. I just looked at all these people and I just thought, man, loser, 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 loser. Let's go, guys. Losers.
So that's a no, yeah? That's a no.
Sorry, crypto Twitter. You know what the funniest thing is? I'm not done with these nerds. Funniest thing is this. The best thing a crypto dork could do if he made money would be invest in himself. Because he's a nerd with money now, right? So like, look at Zuckerberg. He's doing jujitsu, he's training. He's realized that money cannot make up for all his obvious deficiencies, so he has to invest in himself. The problem is crypto's made them money so easily. They're not used to struggle or hardship, so they're not even gonna be able to invest in themselves. If I was a crypto dork and I made money, I would message me, Andrew Tate, and say, I'm a loser, but I'm super rich. I'll pay you $1 million a day to teach me how to speak like you, and teach me how to fight, and make me train, please. But they haven't even got the they're not even smart enough to look at themselves in the mirror and realize that's what they should do with the money. You know what they'll do with the money? Buy a car, buy a Gucci t-shirt, says Gucci, Gucci. Then they'll buy an NFT so they can brag to their other nerds. I've got the Bored Ape 3.2 board. Oh, life. Then they'll hire some hookers, sniff some coke, then they'll spend it all. Then they'll try and gamble again. Losers. If they would have invested in themselves, at least they'd become somebody. Upgrade your character in the video game of life. We're living in a simulation. Upgrade your character, become a superhero. As the levels of life go on, the bosses get harder and harder to beat. That's why you have to upgrade your character. That's the whole point of it. No. Nerds. I will never launch crypto ever. For that reason, because I don't want to have anything to do with these dorks. Also, another reason, I'm not done.
I'm not stopping you.
When you have hundreds of millions of dollars, you're not interested in these super huge pumps. Super huge pumps are for brokies. I'm happy to buy Bitcoin and make a 10% return. If I put in 100 million and make a 10% return, it's fine. Why would I take a risk? The only reason these people want to turn $100 into $1 million is because they're poor, which means they have to take the biggest gambles. I don't need to gamble. I'm Bitcoin ETH, I'm done. I don't need to gamble on this junk. So I will never launch a coin. I will never sell out my fans. We have the real world, which will teach you how to make money for real. We have the war room, which will give you the masculine brotherhood you need to resist oppression. That is it. I don't need to launch anything else.
So we've talked about cars, money, watches, and assets. We've talked about crypto, and all of this goes round to me thinking there's one way that trumps all of them that you've made money. And it's also how I've made a few £100 million in sales, and that is through speaking, through your voice, your energy, your personality that you articulate in such a way that you can move hearts and minds and create a movement and get people to change and pay you for that change.
I agree with you.
A transfer of energy from where they were to where they want to go. And inspiring them to see a better future. And when people can see a better future in themselves, they'll pay the person who can take them there.
Yeah.
And that's made you, maybe that's made you the billionaire.
Yes, you're right, it has. But I would argue that it's struggle that made me a billionaire, because it's struggle that taught me the lessons. And then I learned to articulate the lessons in a way people can understand.
So that's the vehicle.
Yeah, struggle has always been the vehicle for man.
Right.
If you
Or is the struggle the engine?
Yes. You know what's a perfect example? If you watch any, I've noticed this, it's an observation of mine. If you watch any superhero movie, bad things happen to him. Then he becomes a superhero. Every time. Batman's parents died, he gets to become a superhero. So I think that's pretty obvious in the masculine frame. Bad things have to happen to you for you to become a superhero.
But then bad things have to happen, but that breaks most people, and you have to figure out how to turn that into good.
Correct, absolutely. And that's also why you have to be hard on yourself, but that's also why you need to see bad things as a blessing, because they're the building blocks to make you the man you want to be. When people say to me, this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. That's my instant response. This girl left me, good. I lost all my money, good. What do you mean good? Good. This is your chance to take all of that negative emotion, all of those building blocks, and turn yourself into a man that prevents these bad things happening to them ever again. Now, of course, you have to have the agency to do that. You're right. If you're going to be broken by it, then you're going to fail. But bad things are certainly a blessing. I believe that's how God teaches. I would actually argue that men only learn through pain. I think we only learn that way. I don't think men know how to learn the easy way. I can speak for myself. How many times, men are pretty simple. We'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and we'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and we'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and we'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and then we'll cheat on our girl and she'll leave, and we'll be like, oh, we had our chances. We won't take them. This is how we are. We'll drive that car and almost crash 100 times. It's only after we plow it into a tree that we'll learn a lesson.
Do you know we have our board meetings, and whenever things are going well, we never really thrash it out. We only thrash it out when things are not going well that way.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. That's how we are. We learn through pain and suffering, which is why God gives it to us, because God is here to teach us. God is like a father, and a father teaches you, I believe, through pain. If a dad wants to teach you how to ride a bike, he puts you on the bike, lets you fall off and get hurt, puts you back on the bike. Over and over and over until you can ride the bike. God does the same thing.
You don't get the lessons you want, you get the lessons you need.
Absolutely agree. So I believe that bad things happening to you are a fantastic thing. I believe you need to be strong enough to deal with them and then articulate them.